I'm here to talk about online dating. See, I recently became single, so I've been online dating, and I noticed a lot of things. Like I have friends who are online dating too, who are males. So I'm gonna give you from their perspectives. Then I have females who are my friends who are online dating too. So I'm gonna give you their perspective. Then I'm gonna give you the perspective of what women tell me and how I'm dealing with that and how they're dealing with that. How I perceive they're dealing with that. You know what I mean? So first, I'm gonna say, this. I'm not trying to bash women. I'm not trying to bash men. Cause like I feel like a lot of times people bash each other, and to me, when you bash somebody, that means you have some underlying emotions that you need to deal with, and it's not getting you further. It's not getting you what you want. So a lot of times I feel like people got to be honest with themselves and try to move around stuff. So like for example, like women's pain. Like women told me that a lot of women always encounter growing up. They always encounter harassment and hurt from men. And a lot of times, if I'm talking about the black women. I'm not talking. I mean, obviously, white women deal with it too, but I'm just talking about the women I date, I'm talking about my next. I can't even say the damn word. ETHICIT. I don't know why. I might be spelling it wrong, but I think I'm spelling it right. Like one of the things like I had to deal with was that I have a speech impediment, but it hasn't stopped me. For example, my perspective on women is going to be different from somebody else's perspective on women. Because even though I have a speech impediment, I'm still 6'2", and I'm in moderate good shape. I would say I'm handsome. I'm like whatever. I have a nice car. Blah 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 blah. So what I deal with might not be what somebody else has to deal with. So it is what it is. So I can only give you my perspective coming from me. And even with all my attributes, sometimes, like a lot of times, I still find it hard dealing with women because it just is what it is. Sometimes it is just a thing. But back to women's pain. Like a lot of women deal with stuff where they have dealt with maybe violence or sexual abuse or men hurting their feelings growing up. So sometimes they might run to other races and find out them other races ain't shit either. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just stuff that you got to deal with, or they might not have dealt with another race. They sometimes people. One of the things I have said is that as black people, we get caught up in the facade of say white people being nice to you initially. Well, and that's because they're initially being nice to you don't mean they're nice people. They're just being nice to you initially. Then we get to know them. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe they think that way. Because I feel like sometimes in black culture, we make it so that people have to earn respect before we give respect, which is a bad thing. People should get respect from the beginning. So that's something that we have to work on. So back to what I was saying. So, but the thing is, as a black man growing up, I felt the same way about black women. I felt like, man, my God, yeah, I felt like I felt like I went through a lot. What I mean, I felt like I wasn't, necessarily picked or chosen. But then as I went back and I looked at it, well, damn, she did like me. I just fucked it. I just messed it up. I didn't proceed or act the way that she wanted me to act for me to get what I needed to get. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have I didn't have no mentors constantly on my back in my house telling me, what to say or what not to say. Not to say that I didn't have black men that they just didn't go through that with me. You know what I mean? My uncle, we playing basketball. He was a pastor. He was teaching me about the Lord, but he wasn't teaching me about, Then my dad, he was working. He retired when he was like in his early 50s. He still got a bunch of money. still good. He buy a new car every year. You know, like everybody was on their own page. So he told me about this. He told me about getting this money or this bread, but not necessarily on how to get some head. I mean, I'm like pause. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to be like, oh my God, he's a chauvinist. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes people don't teach you how to act or how to treat women. You know, like I had my cousins on my, I had my brother, you know, like my step brother. It was like, yo, man, F these dudes, get these chicks, get this money, you know what I mean? Forget everything else. Do you, you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta look at things and put everything in its lane. So a lot of times, like a woman taught me how to treat women, and then I met guys at my job, and I read books, and you know I started putting things together. You know what I mean? I felt like the puzzle was complete. Or you know, or as I get older, you be like, oh wow, like yeah, like more insight would be there. But so basically, I understand how women feel, but sometimes I feel like that's a victim role, and right now we can't have victims. You know, I can't be holding about like, oh my God, how she treated me. You can't be like how you treated you. Then all of a sudden we come together and hurt people. You know what I mean? So we gotta look at that. But you know, back to online dating. And one of the things, you know, that made me do this today was I was talking to a girl and she had a Snapchat filter, and automatically she going ham on how men treating her, this, that, and that. So finally, I was like, I had said to her, I said, listen, maybe these dudes is treating you this way because, you know, sex is easy to get right now. You know, and they feel like they don't want to work as hard for you because they just don't. She was like, oh, that's how you feel. This and this. I said, man, listen, you know, I'm talking macro right now, and you talking micro. You know, I'm just giving you a picture. So this is what you want to talk about of what's going on, and you trying to talk about me. And she was like, well, I can only talk about me because, you know, all I do is stay in the house and mind my business and get played by men. I said, listen, you really want to know how I feel? So I'm gonna tell you how I feel. She said, yes, please, let me know. I said first, you on Tinder with a Snapchat filter. So I said, I don't even know what you look like. You like why would you do that? Like, come on now. I said, then you got a scarf on your head. I said, you supposed to be, you supposed to be pleasing to the eye, and you already messing up right there. And she caught an attitude about it. Then I told her, I said, listen, you sitting here talking about men, but how that attracting you to me? How that making me feel? And you trying to say you trying to throw things on me, negativity. I said, how does that equate to me and you get together, you and me getting together? So how am I feeling? So how am I supposed to feel about that? Like, it doesn't make me want to be with you. If anything, it makes me just want to have sex with you and leave you alone. It's like all them other guys want. And she didn't like it, and you know she unmatched me, unfollowed me, whatever. But you know, the thing is that now I could have said it a lot better or such and that, but at the time I didn't want to because I didn't feel like she was worth anything of value to me. She brought no value to me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I really don't know what she looked like. And she already bringing negativity. So the only thing I can do is give her the realness on how I see it. I'm not going to I didn't feel like sugarcoating and changing things to make her feel better. And that's a lot of times what happens is people will say things or do things to make you feel better. And then when they get what they want from you, they leave you alone. You know what I mean? And that's something that you gotta think about. You know, and that happens with men or women. You know, so when it comes to online dating, you always gotta, you can't do no Snapchat filters. You gotta be you. If you ugly, you ugly. I mean, obviously you want to have a pleasing picture, but don't have no pictures that's old or somebody looking at it just like, oh my God, what's going on? You are who you are. And one of the things you not to do is complain about the same, like like if you're a female, you can't be complaining about men. And if you're a man, you can't be complaining about women. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear about somebody who's sad or playing the victim. That is so annoying. If anything, if you're really attractive, that's gonna make me like, oh yeah, you right. It was them. It wasn't you. Boo boo. I ain't gonna treat you that way. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna treat you. I ain't gonna treat you that way. You know what I mean? If you really, you gotta come with your best foot forward. You know, and then you gotta find out who exactly who is for you. And that's one of the hardest things is finding out what's for you or who you is. Because I would say one of the problems that most women have, and a lot of men have this too, but right now, I'm gonna go with the woman is that you when you're 5 and you trying to always get these tens, you know, you don't know exactly what you is. And I was with a woman, she was like, well, 5 and 10s physical attraction is nothing. I said, listen, physical attraction is nothing, but you also gotta factor in your place in life, your personality, like all that for me is in my ratings. Like, you know what I mean? But my ratings gonna be different from Jim rating or Hakeem or Keith ratings. You know, everybody ratings is gonna be different, and that's cool because my rating is for me. It's not for you. It's for me. So that's what you gotta look at. Like for instance, let me see. Like, let's see. I had this chick, right? She on my phone, on my line, texting me all the time. She ugly. She ain't really got no butt. You know, when I saw her on Tinder, she looked better than when she looked. But she got my number. She keep hitting me up, talking all this bullshit. And I'm looking at her like, listen, like I understand what you're saying, but you ugly. You know what I mean? You talk about nonsense all the time. I hardly text you back, and I don't understand what type of guy you think you're gonna get. But I've never said that to her because why? It's not my place to say that to her. You know what I mean? I just look at what she says and just go, that's how you feel. You know what I mean? So you really got, and then for example, I'm gonna get off the chicks and I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you men. Now, I have friends like this. I hate dudes who making $30,000 or $40,000, and you got a little apartment, and you got a little car, and you just paying your bills, right? And you ain't got no kids, and you thinking you a prize. Stop with that. Stop with that. You're a regular dude. You're a RN. You're a regular dude. You know what I mean? You trying to figure out why you keep going after these tens, thinking you a prize. And you mad because she don't want your corny behind. She don't want you because you corny and ugly. I mean, you ain't got no personality. You need to stop that. You know what I mean? You better get you one of them. You better get you one of them sixes and be happy with that. Know your position. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird out here. Like these dudes, they don't know their position. You know what I mean? You just gotta know your lane. That's the problem with a lot of people is they don't know their lane. You know what I mean? So one of the things is that a lot of chicks sometimes, you know, they say they want a man, but they got whole tendencies. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. You keep wondering why you keep getting smashed off and dipped off. You getting backseat, back alley, back shot action. Because you going for the money, or you going for the swag instead of the personality, or That's all. Really, you really don't have nothing up there. Like that's all you go for, and what you seek out, and who you are. So that's your vibe. So you keep getting your vibe. You keep getting who you vibe with, who you cool with. You keep turning out bad. You talking about these men. When I remember I watched a video, right, where a chick said that those type of guys who can't do nothing, who are like thugs or like urban dudes, something like that, they gonna treat her better or treasure her more because that's who they're really that's our lane. Whereas those guys who got money or something else, they gonna expect more from her that she doesn't want to provide, and they're not gonna see her as the prize. So she gonna stick with these dudes because they gonna see her as the prize. You see what I'm saying? So if them type of guys gonna see her as the prize, that's who she with. But she gonna keep complaining about them type of dudes and keep getting them. And she was attractive. You know what I mean? I ain't lie, she was hot. She was sexy. But she gonna keep getting what she get. You know what I mean? like the thing is, them type of women, they might get a guy who's those guys with money like that, and they might knock her off, for a couple of months or put her in the pedestal for a while, but then get rid of her and get a new model. You know what I mean? Or you keep it for a year or two. But it just is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't. Let me see. People gotta go for personality and who they really mess with, and stop trying to mess with people for financial or for social reasons. Like when I say social reasons, I'm talking about he out there, you know what I mean? He looking good or she looking good, body nice, and y'all just having a good time. Y'all having a good time. But then when y'all get home, you ain't got nothing to talk about, or you just have sex, and sex is good, but other than that, person don't even call you or talk to you. You ain't got nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? You are financial reasons. He providing them gifts. He paying them rent. He always there. Boom, boom, boom. But other than that, you're not really enjoying yourself when y'all go out. You know what I mean? He ain't laying it down. Y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. I mean, it just, everybody gotta have some type of package where it might not be the best conversation, but it's good conversation. When y'all go out, he or she might not be the finest, but it's still presentable. I mean, and then, at the end of the day, you gotta pay your own bills. It's just as simple as that. You gotta come with something. And if you can't pay your own bills, then you're gonna keep getting this. You're gonna keep getting who you get. So, simple as that. But I say that because a lot of times in online dating, they be like, oh, I want a provider. Oh, I want this, I want that, and they just really don't have anything, or it just is what it is. I know right now it's a pandemic, everybody messed up, but and a lot of women be like, oh, sex isn't a big deal, or this and that. Well, if you can go out and get a man to have sex with you like that, then I can see why it is a big deal. Not saying as a man that I can't go out and have sex. Like I'm sure if I do a day of campaigning, I'm gonna get a woman who she might not be the attractive woman as I want her to be, but she gonna but I'm gonna be able to lay it down. Whereas I think women, they have a better chance of getting a more attractive person to have sex with them, where it might be quick, but they can still get it. So sex is a little bit more value to men, because we can't get it as easily as we wanted to get it, but we can still get it. Like it might take me maybe a week or maybe two to get a real sexy woman to lay down with, or however long, or sometimes if it's on point, maybe we go somewhere or at the club or something like that, or bar. I'm paying for the drinks, or I'm not even paying for the drinks. Some other dude might pay for the drinks, or she might have got her own drinks, something like that, and she drinking and she nice, and I'm sitting there, I'm nice. I got the shirt is just right. My beard is just however it's just right, and I'm saying the things and we vibing. Yeah, she might come home, boom. I mean, home run. But it's not like women don't have them. Women, she could just go out and just get that, boom. So sex is of value to men more, because we got to do more steps to get it. So that is what it is. I think that when it comes to courtship, that it's really right now, it's just issues, and I'm gonna expand on that some other time. But when I say online dating, I would say it's your pictures, like it's your bio, it's it's just what you talk about. It's everything. Like the pictures gotta be clear. It can't be blurry. They gotta be full body. You gotta have a nice picture of your face. Like for instance, right? I think I should have came on here with a shirt, but I had so much on my mind. I had to get it out. But with a nice little fitted shirt on, would have been nice for me. But you like cut the top on me. It's certain shit it's just certain stuff that you gotta do that's going to get you what you need to do, But and I think that a lot of times people just put raggedy pictures up. They buy you be corny, or they be like real stubborn when they write, and it just be really like or they hesitate that they don't answer messages back as fast enough, or it just be whatever, Then they be like, I don't know why God won't bring me a man, or dudes be like, I don't know why I can't get these women, It's weird, But online dating in itself is weird. Like for instance, like this is a true story right here. I had this girl, right? I always saw her online. She never gave me any play, right? But then we're out, right? And I had talked to her friend, but she had saw me. She wanted to talk to me. Now her friend had talked to this other dude. I think he had smashed before me, so he had danced with her. I had danced with her too, but he laid claim to her, and I was like, all right, whatever. But her friend wanted me, the joint I was talking about was online. So she had always not matched with me. That night I was talking to her, and I talked to her for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and all of a sudden she was like, I want to suck you, and I was like, oh, but she was like, but you got my girlfriend now. Like, I'm not like your girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend over there talking to that dude right there. Like, why? Like, what are you talking about? So finally, after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, she finally came home and did the deed. And I'm sitting there like, wow, online you never noticed me, but out here you sitting there trying to. So sometimes online dating is definitely not reality, It's just online dating, and you gotta learn how to play your position. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know their position. I know I keep saying that, but I'm saying that to say is that you gotta be you, but also too, it's just certain things, it's just certain protocols. So protocol, a set of rules, standards that you gotta follow. And I feel like a lot of people don't know how to follow the rules and set of protocols, which would be, you'll get a nice picture, no Snapchat filters, be you in your picture, Your clothes gotta be a lot of things like people clothes be so nutty. Like you gotta really figure out how to I mean, if you need help, like send me an email or something like that, and I can help you out, or you know what I mean. It's like you really got like you. And the funny thing is, sometimes your friends be lying to you, or they just be as nutty as you. Like it's weird out here, man. You really gotta figure out exactly how you want to proceed and what you want, or if you want a friendship, or you want a relationship. And sometimes how you move and how you act, you're gonna keep getting the same type of people because you haven't healed yet, and you don't know yourself, or you don't know exactly what you want and how to proceed with it. So I know I might have said a whole lot of nothing, because the thing is, I can't tell you who you is. You know, I can give you a set of standards and shit that you need to follow, or I think you should follow, but only you can do you. I would have to look at who you are to fix you. You know what I mean? Or look at you, or the way I think that you can be you, if that makes sense. Like for example, me, like like I always wear sweatpants, some nice, you know what I mean. I wear some nice sneaks. Boom, nice fitted shirt to an urban event. Boom. Or if I'm going downtown, I put on a nice blazer, some nice drivers, some nice shoes, you know, some chinos, you know, a polo shirt. A polo shirt goes nice with my physique. You know what I mean? It really boomed them. It really put the muscles up. It really shows the muscles out. Well, listen. If I'm wearing a polo shirt, obviously I'm not wearing a blazer. I don't do that. But if I'm wearing a blazer, a nice fitted shirt, you know what I mean? You know, like a lot of art, I sometimes, now it's fall, I might put a nice sweater on, or you know, you really gotta figure out what's you. But I don't really like the complete button down shirts. If I wear complete button down shirts, I like wearing a wife beater underneath them. But certain things work for me. You know what I mean? Because it's my style. You know, like your style might be different. You might be totally skinny, or you might be a big boy. Certain stuff might not work for you, or you might not be able to get away with it. You gotta know, or you might be younger than me, where your style might be totally different, and I might have to dress you totally different. You know, you gotta know your style and your market, and who you trying to get. Like, it's just simple as that. You gotta learn how to switch up. Like, you gotta learn how to go from these Timbs to these Timbs. You know what I mean? or to the shoes. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do for you. You know what I mean? And the problem is, sometimes people be like, "Well, I'm gonna be me." Well, being you ain't work. So you gotta figure out how to dress and how to maneuver, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of stuff where you be like, "Wow, I really messed up there. I see why that ain't go my way." Like, it just is what it is.